Up next, I want to briefly talk about this. Ricardo Rodriguez released from the WWE as of last Wednesday. Can't say I'm extremely surprised. WWE has done next to nothing with him since breaking away from Alberto Del Rio exactly a year ago from today, from when I filmed this actually, because it was on August 5th. 2013, that they broke up the pairing of Del Rio and Ricardo after a 3-year stint together on the main roster. And I thought those guys were great together. I was in the minority that when the two broke up, I thought it was going to be a good thing for Del Rio, because Ricardo Rodriguez, although he was the kind of pest heel for Del Rio and being his ring announcer and taking all the crazy bumps for him, that fans after a while kind of felt sympathetic towards Ricardo and him being funny and stuff like that. So I thought it was going to be a matter of time before they broke him off as a babyface and Del Rio off on his own, who I thought was, better off on his own and kind of evolving and taking away the cars and all that kind of stuff. But in the end, it bombed. Del Rio hasn't had any personality since. Ricardo had that terrible pairing with RVD for a while. The feud between RVD and Del Rio wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. The matches were good, but the feud itself was a disappointment. The whole Ricardo and RVD pairing completely bombed, and Ricardo really hasn't been on TV much since. I know he does the Spanish announce table, the Spanish commentary is what he did for a while on pay-per-views and stuff, and also was a backstage announcer for, overseas tours and the overseas shows and whatever, broadcasts. But aside from that, though, I thought he was doing well in his role on Spanish commentary. Apparently, WWE didn't think so. I think it was kind of a mutual parting of the ways because Ricardo wanted to wrestle more, and he was done in NXT for a while. He has been for a few years as El Local, but he has been on NXT for the last few months as El Local and tagging with Kalisto. He didn't have the strongest of performances at the NXT TakeOver show when he and Kalisto took on the Ascension for the NXT Tag Team titles. Wasn't the best showing for Ricardo, but he is a very good wrestler. More often than not, if you go back and check out his matches, singles matches on NXT and elsewhere, I know he had a very big following before he came to the WWE. But even when he was Ricardo and just being the ring announcer that he was for Del Rio, I thought he was great in his role. Sad to see him go. Hopefully he can wrestle outside of the WWE on the Indies or wherever else. But it sucks to see him go. I was kind of hoping that WWE would put them back together at some point, because Del Rio has been floundering ever since. But that is no longer possible with Ricardo being gone. But here's hoping that he can achieve success outside of the WWE, and as the classic line goes, good luck in his future endeavors.